Andrew and Tristan Tate, huge update. We have obviously been covering that story. We have actually in the background been setting up an interview with Andrew and Tristan Tate about everything that's going on because it's been kind of crazy. It almost feels like the media conspired to make them the most hated people in the world, especially Andrew Tate. And then out of nowhere, Romania announced that they were investigating them and put them in a prison cell for almost 2 months, a tiny prison cell, as they were investigating them, and they brought no charges, couldn't justify keeping them in that small prison cell, so forced them into house arrest. They didn't want them to be able to leave the country as they continue to investigate them. Again, I have said it does not matter what you think about Andrew or Tristan Tate. The truth of the matter is there is no justice system that is operating under a justice motive if you're going to lock people up while you investigate them. Well, the Tate brothers have been kind of saying online, listen, they're running out of time. The way it works is they have 6 months to bring about charges, and they had 2 possible scenarios that they would obviously have nothing and they'd have some major egg on their face, prosecutors, or they would just drum up some ridiculous charges that they felt pretty confident they were going to be able to fight because apparently initially they had these women that said that there were human trafficking charges and their stories got a bit fuzzy. That sort of fell apart. But the brothers were not able to speak out because they said that they would say that they were trying to influence the investigation. So they haven't really been able to speak out about what's been going on in the background. We actually have very little facts regarding this case. Well, they had almost less than a week left to charge the brothers, and they have finally done it. They are officially facing charges of human trafficking, rape, and more in Romania. This is coming 6 months after his arrest overseas. According to Romanian prosecutors, Tate, his brother Tristan, and 2 local women were all indicted on Tuesday. The Tate brothers in particular are also facing charges for allegedly setting up a criminal gang. The brothers' legal team sounded optimistic in the wake of the indictment, telling the local outlet that they'll embrace the opportunity to fight in court. And this has really been the attitude of Tristan Tate online, that all they wanted were charges because they wanted it to have public exposure so they could show how ridiculous the circumstances are. Here are just a few of Tristan Tate's tweets. He wrote, "In 9 days, the maximum period to legally hold me without charges expires. Charges, good. Until now, I've not been allowed to discuss what the quote-unquote evidence against me is. I've been muzzled under the instruction that I could quote-unquote disrupt the investigation. Finally, I can talk." He went on to tweet, "They've finished the investigation. Progress at last. These 15 months have been hell on everybody I care about. If I were the police, I'd have ended the investigation after a week when the 2 girls were caught bragging about lying and discussing the future financial and fame benefits they would get by doing so. Nonetheless, this file will now finally be in the hands of a judge." He then did a poll. He wrote, "If you forced 7 women to make TikTok videos to steal 50% of their money, how much do you think you could make? This is the case that has been built against me." Again, we don't have more evidence. Apparently, they obviously do know what they're being charged for, and they're alleging that it's a TikTok scheme and they're stealing people's proceeds from the videos. So yeah, they sound strangely optimistic. I am extremely excited to be able to dig into this case. I did feel very much like the media was trying to create the case, exactly what we're seeing here with Trump. It's like when they want to go after somebody, they will. He also tweeted that they seized all of their belongings, so something like $300 million plus multiple properties. I mean, really bizarre in the middle of this investigation. Not sure why they did that. It does seem that the UK, and this is a guess that I'm putting out there, that the UK and the US is very much involved in this, and they wanted him gone. And in Romania, I think you can get a lot done with if you have a lot of money. I think that the UK and the US put pressure on them to get Andrew Tate on anything. Again, this is just me making a guess here. We will, of course, do our due diligence and dig into this case, but there is no question that they wanted these 2 brothers because they were having so much tremendous influence, especially in the UK. We will keep you posted. We are in communication with Andrew Tate's team. We are hopeful that things will not change. We will still be able to get out to Romania to interview them. So stay tuned. If you like this video, you will like the full episode even better. You can find it by clicking the link in the description.